Hello and welcome to a special edition of the Nerds at Large Gaming Podcast, where we are doing fantasycritic.games, fantasy video game, whatever the hell. I'm Darby Holland.
I'm Jeff Mayo.
And Jeff, we've been seeing all the peoples on the interwebs doing this fantasy video game thing. Yes. And we want to get in on the action for 2021, isn't that right?
Of course we do.
Hell yeah, we do. So we're going to go right on over to fantasycritic.games. Jeff, what's the name of our league? How's this going to work?
Okay, the name of our league is Nerds at Large Mega Super Awesome League of Coolness.
Of course. Why would it not be?
Yeah, and Dari and I are competing head-to-head with my publisher, Jeff Tindo, and Dari's publisher, Darb Station 5.
Let's go. Let's go.
So, yeah, for people who don't know, yeah, like Dari said, this is like a fantasy football type thing, but with video games and open critic scores and all that kind of stuff, where we take turns drafting games and get points depending on how they score. I think the way it generally is for points, any point over open critic score over 20 or over 70 gets you a point, and then after anything 90 or above, like after 90, you get double points.
Okay.
So you get you get 2 points for like after 90, like 91. That additional point will net you 2 points instead of 1.
Okay, I don't even know if I knew that. I probably did at some point, but I forgot about that.
Yeah, I think they mentioned it. I remember over this, and we have counter picks at the end where, I'm sorry. This will be all over the place at the beginning. I apologize.
No,
and then anything over 70, under 70, you lose points.
Correct. And if it doesn't come out, it's 0, but we can't drop things, right?
We can't drop things. Yeah. I figured we'd go through our settings to kind of like people who might know what exactly we're doing. Let's see. I was going to edit game settings since it has all that kind of stuff. Okay, this is the way it's working. There's going to be a total of 24 games on each player's roster. We are drafting 12 today.
Yes.
And picking 2 counter picks. And the way you do the 12 after it. Okay, that's a good thing to, I guess, have up. Yeah. And I can just kind of have this. Okay. And the way you get games afterwards is that you bid for the games. And every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, the bids go through, and whoever had the highest bid for a game gets it. And lose that money and all that kind of stuff. Yes. And if you lose your bid, you get to keep your money and you don't get the game, of course.
No.
So that's the way we're doing that. We're going to have 2 counter picks, which we bet against a game on the roster that, we each
I pick drafted. 2 of Jeff's, he picks 2 of mine.
Yes, and the way that works is the opposite point-wise. For if I pick something from Darby's, every point above 70, I lose points. If it's below 70, I gain points. Also, another strategy that seems to be popular is picking games that you don't think will actually come out. Because there might be some game that if it comes out, it's going to review high. Like people last year picked like Breath of the Wild 2 and something. Yes. It didn't come out. A lot of people believed it wouldn't come out, so you counterpick that. So your points gain are unaffected.
Yeah, which is honestly potentially a better strategy depending on the circumstances, because like counterpicks are one of those things I think are more likely to lose you points than gain you points. Yeah. So if you can break even and have 0, then that's a win.
Yeah, it's more trying to lose as little points as possible, unless for some reason someone picks a game like Predator's Hunting Ground.
Or Skull and Bones. Sorry, Don, from Easy Hour.
Or Balan Wonderland.
You spoiled my number 1 pick.
Oh, damn. And you can drop games throughout this, but we got different settings for that. We can drop 1 game that is going to release. Like, it has a release date and everything. We can drop 1 game. If like it gets a really very bad previews, we're allowed to do that once.
Yes. So yeah, it'll be it's gutsy. You got to spend it. It's like, okay, well, this is going to be terrible. I'm going to spend my 1.
Yes. And for will not release, you can drop as many of those as you want. If it's like confirmed to not release, but it's got to be confirmed.
Yes.
You can drop as many as you want.
Come out and say it. Yeah.
And we have 0 for any unreleased. This is normally the thing, like if something is not confirmed to come out, or it kind of has this year, but not confirmed for next year, you can't drop those. You need
a confirmation.
Yeah. And let's see. We only allowed the draft. We're only allowing games we drafted to be dropped. So if you pick up something after this draft, you're locked in.
Yep.
You need to be sure this game's coming out, or you really want it, or something.
Yeah. Encourage you to be a little more. You can be gutsy in the draft.
Yes.
It's like go a little more out there.
And they have this option. I think they added this year. Or I can't. Or I can't remember. But we were definitely going to do this. Counter picks block drops.
Yes.
So if I pick God of War 2, which Darby and I both kind of believe probably not coming out this year. If Darby counterpicked that, even if it's confirmed to come out in 2022, I can't drop it. Right. I'm locked in for that.
Right, which is very fun. I think yeah.
Or if I put Balan Wonderland, he counterpicks that. I can't drop that.
Right.
So I like that. And as far as like eligibility stuff as far as what we're allowing and not allowing, we're allowing free-to-play games like Genshin Impact. New games, self-explanatory, that's the nature of the game. Plan for early access, so if something's is announced and they say it's going to be in early access, that stuff counts. I think it only counts when it's like the 1.0 release anyway. So I don't know how much that'll actually affect things.
Yeah.
Reimaginings like Final Fantasy VII and Resident Evil 2, fair game. Remakes like Nier Replicant, which I'm sure will come up later in this thing. Those are allowed. Unannounced games. So, an example I saw in here: Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes. They are heavily rumored to be things. They're in the system. We can draft them.
There we go.
But that's just. Do you want to take that game on them actually being announced?
Yep.
And releasing this year,
right?
And real release internationally first. If a game's announced to come out in Japan a little bit before in America, we can do that, but it hasn't not released yet because one of their banned ones is released internationally.
Yeah, but it does. It has to ultimately come out in America.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like Persona 5 Strikers can't be drafted. It is out already in the country.
Okay.
Currently in early access, so like Baldur's Gate, not allowed.
Yeah.
Director's cuts like Persona 5 Royal and the Super Mario 3D World with Bowers of Fury, not allowed.
Yeah. So like Baldur's Gate. So like Baldur's Gate could never be drafted at any point.
No,
like even if it gets a release
play
date.
The game.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
And I think the way this is like demos don't count for this. Like so, Balan Wonderland can be drafted.
Yeah,
but because this is something people can buy to get early access to, it does not count.
It's a little weird because most of the game is still not playable. But that is literally the only game that would maybe be a weird thing. So I'm fine, whatever.
Yeah. At least right now, there might be some later on where it would be.
Because right now, it's effectively like a big demo. You can play like the first act of the game, if that. It's probably not even that, but yeah.
Expansion packs not allowed. So like Monster Hunter Iceborne and stuff.
No.
Ports. Of course, they're not going to be in there. Released internationally, like I mentioned. Remasters. No HD versions or any of that shit. No.
Out of here.
Yearly installments. So your Maddens and your FIFAs and your F1s, which are pretty consistent. Call of Duties and Assassin's Creed are not a part of this because they're different enough between entries.
Yeah, it's video games are dumb to classify it, but like that was the thing that made me okay with the yearly installments being out.
Yeah.
All right.
And that is it.
Alrighty, so I guess it's time to draft. So we are drafting 12 each right now, and then we'll have an additional 12 spots that we can use for the rest of the year.
Yep, and independent after we start recording this, Darby and I could try to bid for a couple games. I think it's a blind thing, so we don't know what we're bidding for.
No, we don't. It's that Saturday. It's like we don't know. So a lot of times we'll probably get away with one each. But if there's a big game that's announced, we might both independent from each other bid for a game, not knowing. So.
Let's start drafting.
Alrighty.
Okay, warning. Once you start drafting, you can no longer add or remove players and draft order is locked in. However, if you need to, you can reset the draft by pressing the reset draft link in the sidebar. Let you change your player. Okay, whatever. We are starting. It is my turn to draft.
So where do we see the games, the list of games?
Let me see.
Or just games here.
Players' actions. It says draft game. Okay, we can... Okay, so...
Why is it making me log in again? You go ahead.
So on my screen, there's under player actions a draft game. I can type in a game, or there's an option that will show me the top available games, and it is done by Hype Factor. Which I don't know exactly what Hype Factor is. I think it's just like what people are interested in.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me see. What do Jeff Mayer, want? The top of the thing: Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Horizon Forbidden West, Resident Evil, Monster Hunter Rise, Hollow Knight Silk Song, God of War Ragnarok, and all that kind of stuff. I'm going with what I believe to be safe choice. I'm going with Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Damn it! That was my number one as well.
I mean, why wouldn't I?
I think we're gonna have a lot of these.
I mean, like Ratchet at the top, but
it's
mid-8. Yeah,
yeah, it is.
Like Silk Song, if it gets below a 90, I would be surprised.
I think this is gonna happen a lot of times.
Yeah, so I am drafting Hollow Knight.
Yeah, this is gonna happen a lot.
Okay,
because that was definitely gonna be my number one.
Okay, so Darren, you're up.
Let's see if I can. So what do you can choose on the beginning of the draft?
Okay.
Is your
Under player actions, you draft get. Scroll down. You see player actions on the left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Okay, let's look here. I haven't done a whole lot of like thinking beforehand, so I'm sorry if this takes a while.
I kind of so honestly, I didn't do either because I figured you'd probably want it just because of the timing of when we did this and everything.
Yeah.
So I tried to, keep it a little more like we're more even playing ground.
I did have that locked and ready to go, but I should have known.
Yeah, but so after that, I'm not completely sure. It's going to be kind of based off what you do. But come on, I had to pick that.
Alright, I think I know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, this is gonna start getting hard for sure, but
yeah. I can draft games for you because I am the thing.
Okay.
That's something to know for the future if we just wanted to. When we're recording this or whatever, just keeping it on one thing.
All right, I'm gonna try not to overthink and take too long. So I am going to go with.
If you want to go back to the first page, just do the arrow on the. I don't know what you're.
It's not quite the first page. Axiom Verge 2.
Fair.
You gotta trust those indies,
Yeah.
So okay, draft game. There we go.
Alrighty, let's see.
Those indie darlings, people eat that shit right up.
Yep. Let's see. Now, how do I get back to actually? Oh wait, we're doing it does a snake thing. You get to draft. You get to go again.
That's good. I mean, that's more fair, honestly. So. Yeah.
I was like, wait, why doesn't it let me do it? Okay. It's like, okay, there we go. Okay.
All right. Well, on the clock again. Here we go. It's weird having to look to this thing so far to the left. Okay. Yeah, that's certainly up there. Outriders. We are going to go near replicant.
Mm-hmm. That's going to review Bigly?
I think so.
All right.
I do think so.
I imagine at least mid 80s at the very least.
Yeah, I don't see it being like.
I want to say the Automata was around 87-ish.
Okay, yeah, I see it being around there. That's what I see. Okay. I think it's pretty safe.
Okay, now what to do from here?
People are high on that Nier. People really drinking the Nier Kool-Aid.
Indeed. Let's see. I'm just gonna check real quick. Draft game. Let's see. I'm going to go with Monster Hunter Rise.
Smart, yeah.
I mean,
solid.
Like, I'm not
solid.
necessarily expecting it to necessarily review as well as World,
but you're guaranteed in the 8s.
Yeah,
at least in the 8s. I mean,
yeah, mid to high 8s is where I'm expecting it. Like it's its floor probably.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think you have a 10-point range there that I don't think it's going under. So
yeah. And I get to go again.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Yeah, upset about that Hollow Knight. I wanted that.
Sorry, Derby.
I think Axiom Verge 2 is a similar type of.
Yeah,
it's gonna review. So
I think what might help Axiom Verge 2 potentially, for you, is it's popular but more niche than Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
So it might be just mainly fans like reviewing it and maybe not as many.
Yeah. It'll probably quietly review better than like most of the games we do talk about. So
I'm gonna go Ratchet.
Fair. Very fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything like crazy bold right now, but I feel like at the beginning, no reason to. I feel like even if I'm not mistaken, the remake, the 2016 game, was mid 80s as well, and I feel like this could easily score higher. I think there's more there that reviewers will be kind of attached to give it a couple point bumps. And the new, since we'll be doing new gen things.
Yeah, I think it's gonna review well. I think you're good.
Alrighty.
It's me,
Mario.
All right, I think I know what we going for. Right, yeah, we are sticking with the formula, going by the playbook, and we're gonna pick Solar Ash. The indie playbook, Jeff. I trust in it. I trust.
Known big indie game.
Known big. Yeah. Well, yeah. You diverge from the playbook somewhat, but you gotta keep them guessing a little bit. All right. Now I'm back to not knowing 100% what I'm gonna do.
I should probably try to, while I'm doing this, kind of looking around as well.
We're taking a swing.
Oh boy, baby.
We're taking a swing, baby. We swinging. We bringing that big old bat out, going right over the plate. Yeah, we're going Breath of the Wild too, baby. We're doing it.
We're doing it.
We're doing it. It's on there. I press the button. It's done. Took that swing. We'll see how that goes.
Okay.
If it does come out, I am gold.
Oh yeah.
That's
kind of thing with those games.
Golden. And I think it very well can.
Let's see. What do I want to take? What do I got here that Jeff Mayo want?
Jeff's currently sitting at Hollow Knight, Monster Hunter Rise, and Ratchet and Clank. He has 2 games he's got to choose right now. What's it gonna be? Yep. It is hard. It's harder than it looks.
Yeah. It's kind of thinking about it. It's also kind of thinking about like, okay, what star are you probably gonna pick?
Yeah, there's multiple layers you have to like go around here. That was part of that Breath of the Wild swing. It's because I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have gotten through 12 games without you choosing Breath of the Wild, too. Yeah. So.
I'm picking Horizon Forbidden West.
It's also safe.
In some ways, it's a swing, but not nearly as big of a swing as Breath of the Wild, and I admit that. But when this comes out, that's an easy high 80s.
Right, it's safe. It's another one that its floor is very high. So
yeah, and I think Horizon is beloved enough or whatever to where, and just I think they can build off of it to where it could easily get into the 90s.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, I agree. I think that's a very good pick.
Okay. Now the question is, what do I pick next? Especially knowing you get 2 more.
Right. Yeah, the snake makes it very interesting.
Yeah. I figured I knew the snake thing happened in the Easy Allies and stuff, but I didn't think about it being with just 2 people.
With 2 people, it's a weird.
We'd be going back and forth.
It's kind of different with 2 people for sure.
Yeah, I got 8 more games to draft. I'm going to do something that may not be the smart play, but is what's in my heart. I want to do it before potentially you grab it. I'm going Psychonauts 2.
Okay.
Like it's partly for the heart, but Psychonauts on Metacritic, the original one, is like at 88.
Oh, I'm sure that thing's going to review well. It's not going to sell well, but it's going to review well. That's not what we're talking about.
I mean, I feel like even if it doesn't like do as well as let's go ahead and lock that in. I mean, and this thing could get delayed out of it, but I feel good about it. I feel good. But I feel like the floor for this is even the low 80s. There's not a bad pickup.
Yeah.
Like, even if it goes in the way of, like, some other 3D platforms. But I feel like the story and everything for it, the story part of it, will make it, get a little farther, hopefully, than some of its contemporaries that aren't, like, Nintendo and stuff. Yes. And I picked Psychonauts knowing you're probably going to pick up that. I knew it.
So, I had to do it. For audio listeners, Resident Evil Village on my team. Put it on there.
I mean, like, I'm curious. I know we're not doing much as far as looking up, but I'm just going to check this real quick. It doesn't really affect anything, especially since after you picked. Because I agree with that pick. It's like next on my list for sure. But we double checked. RE7 was in the high 80s. Resident Evil 2 obviously did very well. Even Resident Evil 3 was an 80. Yeah, I expect this to do better than that at the very least.
I agree. Was this hype factor Callisto Protocol was number 1 on the hype factor? Is that what it is?
What's wrong?
Or that's 0 hype factor. It's at the bottom. Is Football Manager 2022 the most hyped game?
You're on page 2, so it's automatically putting you at the page 2 for hype factor.
Okay, that's weird.
There's like big drop-offs.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that makes more sense. It's like Football Manager 2022, the most. Oh, that's probably. I probably should get something. Oh wait, you can't do the. That's like a sports game. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. You know, Jeff. That's what I say. I say,
You say, I feel like was going to be leading to something, but it was more of a, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it is certainly, I don't know what to do. Yeah, I had the village locked and loaded, but now we gotta take a knee for a minute.
Yeah, we're at the point now where we just definitely have to think about it.
Okay, I think I know. I think I might just know. Well, I don't know. I think I know, but I don't know. Honey Pop 2. Okay. All right, we are gonna go with.
Problem is with this kind of setup is it's hard to like talk about what you're thinking of picking.
Yeah.
Because then you saying like I'm thinking between these two games could give me ideas, especially when I have two picks.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's dangerous. You don't want to do that. I can't find it. Oh, there it is.
You can type in the game at the top.
Guilty Gear Strive.
All right.
On my team.
Nice.
I am a little worried because I think fighting games can sometimes be content light at launch or something and review worse because of that. There's like, it's a little riskier, but
it is. I'm curious how Guilty Gear games have typically done.
Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of a shot in the dark a little bit. But.
Even though, it feels like fighting games besides, unfortunately Guilty Gear was kind of on my radar, but just kind of thinking back, like, I'm just going to check this real quick.
It's definitely a little,
let's see. Like, I feel like ones that aren't Mortal Kombat or Smash kind of have a ceiling. Let's see. I don't know. Fighter's got an 86. So I imagine Guilty Gear will go a little before that.
It's pretty as all hell. So hopefully they'll,
It might be at the point now where people will feel better about reviewing Arc System Work games higher.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what will Jeffy pick? Sorry, I have no idea if you're planning on draft. There's a chance you drafted during like this thing, but I imagine not. You could, but imagine like if neither of us drafted, and then Elden Ring gets a date at some point this year. Me and you scrambling, like, okay, how much are you gonna pay?
Yeah, that would be the crazy thing is like, how much money do I put on this? Because I don't know what he's gonna do.
Yep. Man,
it's hard. It's pretty hard.
Hard to look at these and think, okay, how are they gonna do, and we'll come out like, what's the best choice? It's gonna be interesting looking back. Like, I'll probably some of these because again, I tried to not do any research. Once the draft's done, it's like, okay, how these like the past games from the developer series do recently? It's like, oh dang, this did worse. Or if a game you're like, dang it did better than I thought. I am going to go with Little Nightmares 2.
Fair. Very fair.
I feel like I can't remember what exactly it did, but I feel like it reviewed well, and I feel like this will probably do that. I feel like it did 80s at the very least.
Yeah,
it'll do that and not better.
Yeah, I see it doing better. So
do that. And okay, we'll see how many games. We're halfway there.
Yep.
Okay, so let's see. You know what? I'm going to continue with the co-op theme of my last pick and doing It Takes Two.
Okay.
I think A Way Out reviewed decently. I'm going with kind of ones I feel kind of more safe about than anything. Yeah. But I feel like it did pretty well. I think it was around 80, and I feel like there's a good chance this one does do better. Like that trailer, I feel really good about that trailer that we saw.
I do too. Yeah, I'm a little more uneasy about it. Just the co-op thing. I just think it has a wider range, but I do think it's going to be. I think it's good. I think it's a good pick.
All right.
Oof! I really haven't gotten. I've been looking this whole time and haven't gotten that much closer, unfortunately, to what's.
And then direct thing, we got to fill this thing with 12 more games by the end of the year.
Yeah, we will have games coming out. They'll help. All right, I think I know what one of mine is going to be.
It's going to be some like psychology stuff where we're like, at some point, it's like, oof, games may not be announced at this point. We need to just draft something.
Yeah, might be.
Just so we have a full thing because
you don't want to wait too long in the year because then a bunch of games will come out and your options are very limited. So But then I'm sure the second you fill out your thing, something will be announced. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
God damn. All right, I think I know, but let's just do one little look through. All right. 12 minutes.
Okay.
We go in 12 minutes. Again,
there's one that's kind of crossed my mind, but it's kind of for
It's
multiple reasons. Like I'm like up to this point, and even in the future, be hesitant to kind of pick it because it is very cool looking, but
we don't know much.
Will that equal to a good thing? And I mean, there's who knows? Like in COVID times, we'll even make it this year. I feel like there's a pretty good chance that up to the last minute it was supposed to come out.
Yeah, I think it will just because of it was supposed to come out last year, but they might have changed a lot with these actors and everything else, so who freaking knows? And this is going to be boring, but I think it's easy points. Gran Turismo 7. Very boring, but I think it's easy points.
Fair.
Them racing games, you know.
True. Let's see here.
It's not super obvious picks right now.
No. There are games on here that's like, oh, these are easy points, but it's not like, do they come out?
I was just thinking it was funny to look at Psychonauts 2, Little Nightmares 2, It Takes Two.
You know what? Let's pick another 2. Bravely Default it. No.
But it's funny because one of those, it's not even a 2 sequel. It's a different type of 2.
Yep.
So
What do I feel in my bones will be good?
There's a game called Get in the Car, Loser.
I mean, I know what I'm picking now.
So, damn it. I shouldn't have told you.
What do I, Jeff Mayo, believe in? Dang it. Sorry, audio listeners. I know this is probably engaging content.
It's hard. I'm looking through and I'm having trouble. There's a lot of games to pick.
Yep.
And it gets less and less obvious as it goes.
Daria, I'm feeling better about the odds are that we're probably not going to be scrambling for something after we get out of here.
Yeah,
at least not right away.
Not right away, yeah. I think there's just not a whole lot of this is kind of a thing with this year. There's not as many big games that we normally know about at this point in the year. But there is I Am Jesus Christ.
I mean, Daria, you're just filling up my roster right now.
I do have one or two that I think I'm going to get after this. But
okay.
Yeah, I'm eyeing.
I'm going to believe and pick up Kina.
All right. I like it. I like you believing, Jeff. I believe in
they're actually surprising games. We've only seen one trailer and everything, but I'm going to believe. I'm going to believe. Okay.
I respect you believing.
Thank you. Now, what do I pick next? What do I pick next?
Nice question, Jeff. It's getting very hard. Jeez.
Yep. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
I know
it is hard.
It's getting hard. I have to start picking some that you think are like 7-8ish, right? You know, it's like
yeah. I feel like that
might have to go out on some limbs here, Jeff.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to have to do. I am. You know what? Their last game was really good. People were hyped for it. I'm going for Returnal.
Nice. All right. At this point, earlier I would have said no, but like now when I'm looking at what we have, it's like yes, that's fair.
Yeah, I got 3 more games left to
1,
pick.
2,
Yes,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 4 more, right? Yeah. So 2 more rounds.
So I get the last pick, I think.
Nice. All right. I have some things in mind.
Yeah, I have a couple things in mind as well. We'll see what you do.
You know what we do in this house, Jeff?
We stan.
We stand.
Who do we stan?
We believe.
We believe.
We believe in this house. We believe in Tales. We believe in anime.
It's true.
Tales of Arise, please. Please make me right. I mean, more for me than my points. So my points is just a bit added gravy, but for me, Tales of Arise on my team. Well, I'm just curious. Was that one that you were maybe going to pick?
Contemplating it. Trying to think. I have trouble remembering what Tales do. Like how Tales games reviewed. Like it's part of. Will it come out? I feel like there's like a chance it will.
I hope so.
And you know, how does it review? Like, and just kind of because we haven't seen much.
No, but just with everything that looks different about it, I believe. You know, I'm gonna believe. And my number 2 is Back 4 Blood.
Nice. Oh yeah, that was one I was kind of playing for my next one. I feel like the reception to the last thing was pretty good.
Solid, easy. I would be a little surprised if it. I mean, I think it could come. I mean, I think it's a smaller team. It could end up being shallow or something, but I have a good bit of confidence.
Okay. I had in my mind I am picking this game up. My next pick, so I am going to do it. Let me find it. I'm going Chris Tales. I believe.
Very good. Very good. I think that's a very strong pick.
And let's see, what do I pick next? So I have 2 more, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I have 2 more games overall. 1 more pick right now. So we both have 2 left.
Nice. Yes. It's getting down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
I haven't even thought about counterpick. I'm too busy thinking about what the fuck I'm picking.
Well, I mean, let's face it, Jerry. Counterpick is probably going to be some of the last games we pick. So
yeah,
each of us pick. You know what, Turvey? I'm going for it. Overwatch 2.
Hey! Let's go. I like the confidence. Let's go for it.
Here's the thing. Part of this is like this game needs to come out this year. So part of that makes me believe it is. As far as reviews go, even if reviews worse than Overwatch, how bad can it be?
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. I'm probably too close to Overwatch. And I'm too nervous about Overwatch, but yeah. I mean, you know, I said I was getting around the point where I was considering Overwatch 2 as well.
And part of me think, as far as that goes, like, yeah, we're getting to the point where it's kind of hard to pick as far as like what we have to draft now, and because BlizzCon's happening in next month, like a couple weeks. So. I can solidify this once we kind of hear about it.
Yeah.
Plus, let's say they do like the beta early access shit, like, and announce that right away. May not be able to draft this.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah.
I don't know how that works, but
yeah, you're probably right.
So go ahead and lock this baby down.
probably right. Oh boy. Boy.
So yeah, you got 2 more picks. I have 1 left.
It's not easy right now. We're not in the
Ghosts
easy...
and goblins, you
not
do it,
in
you
the easy
coward.
point. At this moment, we're not in the easy point. Mario Kart 9. I totally believe that's coming out in 2021.
Yep.
Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. That's a name.
There we go.
There we go. It doesn't. It has a TBA release date, and I know nothing about it.
What about Reboot 2D Metroid sequel? Unannounced. Unannounced 3D Mario Derby. If you do that, you'll get Odyssey 2.
Who had the balls to pick that unannounced 2D Metroid sequel? I just can't. I couldn't imagine the confidence. Okay, I have some things. I'm sorry, this is gonna take me a minute. Some of these, like, I would go out on a limb on some of these that I know next to nothing about just because I know that people like them. But the problem is those games that I know nothing about, I also don't know. It's like, so are they coming out in 2021? Like, I don't know what the story is there. Yeah. You know, that's the part of the problem. And when I see a TBA on a game that I know next to nothing about, that scares me.
Yeah.
Or else there's some that I would just drop on one. And there's also some of these that I kind of want, but I don't think are on your radar whatsoever. So it feels like a waste to draft them.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find what's the thing that you might get that is still worth getting, and there's not too many of them left. So I guess at some point I might have to just drop a draft on one that I don't think you're getting. I don't have faith. I don't have faith. All right.
Biomutant, good choice.
The best choice. Damn it, all these are hard. All these like have caveats on them. They all have like, there is just no good option right now. Jesus Christ.
Destruction All-Stars, I saw it on the issue ones, like, if we even have like an inkling, like maybe we want to draft that, or it has to be, we have to pick it up now.
Yeah.
Because I'm curious about that. If we like bid for something like right before it comes out and the bid technically doesn't go through until after the game releases, what happens with that?
You probably don't get it back. Yeah. You probably would have to have done it the week before.
Or in this case, like if I was using this choice, I don't think either of us are going to pick it up, but we would have to get it right now for anyone to even get it.
Yeah. Yes. I'm taking way too long in there. Yeah, I'm about to like go back on some of my words for some things. All right, yeah, this is not something that like, this is something I kind of made fun of other people for picking, but now we're kind of getting to the point. But which one of the two?
You got 2 picks.
I know. But I don't want to pick both of them. Deathloop.
Okay. When I was considering.
All right.
Like, I don't know exactly how to read where that game will go.
Yeah.
It's partly because of the way what's happening with Bethesda recently.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all gun shy on everything Bethesda, but I mean,
but even then, it could fall in Bethesda.
Reviews
reviews well, but sells terribly.
Yeah, but it's also just the weird pseudo multiplayer, pseudo not. No one really knows what's going on.
Yeah.
That's the thing that gets weird. That's the thing that makes me feel weird about it.
What's fun about this, we're going to be more invested into review scores than we've ever been.
I'm contemplating something. Fuck it. We're going to do it. You can only lock me into one of them.
Oh, fuck. Or I can lock you into both.
Oh, yeah, you have two. Well, if even one of them comes out, you're fucked. God of War Ragnarok with the last pick.
Alrighty.
I now possess Breath of the Wild 2 and God of War Ragnarok. If they both come out, checkmate. So...
yeah, I'm going to need some...
just praying. I forgot about the 2 counter picks, but again, do you want to sink your ship by counter picking both of them? And if one of them comes out, or both of them comes out, then that's an instant win for me, probably.
Okay, then I'll try to make this a little interesting. I believe it is time for Bayonetta 3 to come out.
Oh shit, that is a swing. That's a swing. I like it. I like the spice.
I see your Breath of the Wild 2 and God of War. You're Bayonetta 3.
It's the spice. I mean, it is a game that could come out any moment. I mean, it's just as likely to be first half of this year as it is to be winter next year. Yeah. I mean, it really could be anything.
Okay, so do you want to read down our list before we get into counter picks? Because you're picking counter picks next. Okay, this is the Jeff Tindo lineup as of right now. Hollow Knight Silk Song, Monster Hunter Rise, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Horizon Forbidden West, Psychonauts 2, Little Nightmares 2, It Takes Two, Kena Bridge of Spirits, Returnal, Chris Tales, Overwatch 2, Bayonetta 3.
I like it, Jeff. That's a good list. All right, my list is Axiom Verge 2, Nier Replicant version 1.22474487139. Solar Ash, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, Resident Evil Village, Guilty Gear Strive, 12 Minutes, Gran Turismo 7, Tales of Arise, Back for Blood, Deathloop, and God of War Ragnarok. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily where I expected to be.
Yeah.
But
this is where we're at.
I feel somewhat confident about some of it, but I don't know. How do you feel about your list overall at this point?
Pretty good. I mean, so the thing is, as far as comparing our list, you have the big guns, Breath of the Wild and God of War, but they're not guaranteed to, neither of them are guaranteed to come out.
Yeah, they're more risk in it for the biscuit.
Yeah. But I feel confident about pretty confident about all my stuff coming out besides Bayonetta 3. And I feel, overall pretty good about the review potential for all these games.
Yeah.
At least up to a point. I mean.
Yep. I think both of our lists are decently strong, I think. I think mine is more, it's either going to be all or nothing and a little bit more in yours.
Yeah.
But again, if they come out.
Yep.
If they come out.
Look, kind of the interesting thing is, like, I mean, it might be depending how the points work out, depending how close our stuff is. You know, Breath of the Wild 2, Ragnarok, they both come out. I'm finished. But dependent, because there's so many games, I might, on average, besides those two, beat you out enough to
you could.
Where it makes up for
but
it.
But I think all of our games are going to average out to a similar enough place. Mm-hmm. Like, I think most games are in 7 and 8, and I think that's going to be true for us too. So I think if I get those two, I think it will knock me over you. But because I don't think I have anything, but Deathloop or something or Back 4 Blood could come out and be like 60s or something because of some bad problems. You know, you never.
At the very least, I have potential games to match up, not directly, like to get it close to where maybe that won't be as big of a thing with Hollow Knight and Horizon.
For sure.
I feel those are guarantees to at least come out. Probably Horizon not as much so, but
alrighty. So it's time for counter picks. Do you know how this is going?
Apparently, you go first. So you draft the counter pick.
Counter pick. Alrighty.
I have no idea if it's a snake thing. I mean, it doesn't really matter because, you know.
Yeah. So this is hard, y'all.
You gotta pick two.
Not easy. Alright. I'm going to lock you into Bayonetta 3.
Okay.
That is something I'm definitely going to do with two counter picks.
Thing is, like, part of the reason I went ahead and did Bayonetta, obviously, to potentially went up with the Breath of the Wild 2 and God of War. But with Bayonetta 3, it has been a while. I think there might have been some issues, or they just announced it really early. And because it is Nintendo related, even the fact that we haven't heard anything doesn't mean much as far as it potentially coming out this year.
No, absolutely. Yeah. But I feel like I'm confident enough in it not coming out, and even if it does come out, I don't think it's going to be 9+. It could be. It very well could be. But
Bayonetta 2 was. So.
Okay. Well, I might be screwed, but we'll see. But looking at the rest of your list, I don't feel super confident about anything. So.
Okay, draft a counter pick. Let's see what I want. What do I want to lock it into?
You have more options, but again, it could turn around and bite you right back in the ass potentially.
Really could. As far as I mean, I'm going to say this straight up. I'm not going to counterpick both God of War and Zelda because, especially if they both come out, I am truly fucked at that point.
You are truly done. It probably doesn't matter what else happens.
At that point, I am truly fucked. So that at the very least is not happening.
Struggling with this last one for you too.
It's just part of it because, like you were saying, at least as far as there's hard for games here to like even like okay they're going to come out but not going to review particularly great or guaranteed.
I think most counterpick is mostly you are going to lose points. You're just trying to minimize the.
I think the problem is we kind of we'll do this to because we watch Easy Allies where every one of them makes crazy picks.
Yeah.
I mean, Don makes it easy, like an easy 2 right there.
Yeah, I knew that it wouldn't work that easily for us.
Since we've said it, since we talked about it off screen, I feel like I have to do it just because we talked about it. I got to do God of War. We kind of pretty much said that's what we would do if the other one did it.
That is what I have said too.
Yes. So. I just don't feel good about that game coming out this year. I was going
against my own thing, but...
And if I'm wrong, hey, we get God of War this year. Cool.
Yep. Oh yeah, I think.
Okay, so I get to draft the next counter pick. I mean, again, it doesn't matter. If you know.
Yeah.
So now, again, I'm not going to draft Breath of the Wild 2.
You sure?
I'm not going to take that big of a risk. Because that's a potential. If they both came out, that's a negative, probably. Close to 50.
Yeah, I would be amazed if you won if that happened.
Yeah.
If you won despite that happening.
So now it's a question of, okay, what's going to make me lose the least amount of points? And instantly I'm like, okay, Resident Evil, no. Nier, no. Axiom Verge 2, no. I wish I kind of knew more about Axiom Verge 2 and Slash, I guess, where they are in production. Because there's one of those games, hey, maybe they aren't coming out this year.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know a ton about them either. It's just...
I should have paid attention more to, I guess, where they say the potential release dates were.
Yeah.
And luckily for this, I can vocalize my thought process as I go through this.
Yeah, I can't do it. It doesn't change my thing at all. So,
like, as far as like potential ones, again, for minimizing points, the ones I'm looking at, I would say are Back for Blood, Deathloop, and 12 Minutes.
Yeah, I would agree.
They're all gambles, but I feel like just the way these things are, they're enough unknowns. Like, okay, maybe it won't review that great. Like,
yeah, that would be. Where
I think out of your list, 12 Minutes probably has the greatest potential to maybe score the least amount. Maybe besides Deathloop.
Yeah, I also think 12 Minutes has the chance to be one of the highest.
Exactly,
it's very variable. Yeah.
So, I'm going to go based on what we've seen. I feel like Deathloop has the lowest floor and ceiling out of your game.
That is the one. That is the one I feel the least confident on in that entire list. In fact, like I said, I made fun of other people for taking it, so that's what I would choose to.
And this could bite me in the butt. All these things could. Yeah. Let's see.
But it will probably bite you in the butt the least out of that list. I think.
Yeah.
But who knows? Man, I've been trying. I've been looking and trying to think, and I'm having trouble. So this is the last counter pick of this whole thing.
The last pick of the whole thing.
Yep. So my head, all right, I'll do the same thing as you. Obviously not Hollow Knight, not Monster Hunter, not Ratchet and Clank, not Horizon.
I feel like any of our top picks, or at least my top, because I kind of didn't go for like the.
I guess the ones that I'm thinking about right now, and they're not all really on the same level, is Psychonauts 2, It Takes Two, Returnal. And Little Nightmares too.
Okay. I kind of figured Chris Tales would be in that.
I feel more confident about Chris Tales, but Chris Tales is probably like the next one outside of that.
Well, if it's that, then you're like, nah, it's not in these four. It's not going to be it. Probably.
Yeah. And I think I'm taking Psychonauts 2 off of that because I think Psychonauts 2 is going to review well. So so we're down to It Takes Two, Returnal, Little Nightmares 2 are probably the three, because even everything I've said about Overwatch 2, I still think Overwatch 2 has way too high of a ceiling. Yeah.
And I guess, you kind of feel confident like I do that it's going to release since...
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have any of these that I think are not going to release.
I think that's kind of where we're at because most of the games announced are ones that kind of have release dates at this point.
So I'm just trying to pick the one that I think was going to score the
So right now there are less questionables, like as you said, like in other years of like, okay, we don't know if these games are coming out, and I was like, we kind of know most of these games we have picked are coming out.
Returnal is where I want to lean, but I don't know how much of that is me. Like, I think that the game just doesn't look appealing, but it might be something that really appeals to other people.
That was honestly part of my thought process when picking it.
But you also have Housemarque working on a game type that they don't normally work on, which could result in a lesser game.
Part of the reason I picked it is while it doesn't look as appealing to us, kind of seeing more of it as like, okay, this does look better than it kind of did originally. Like, okay, I get why other people would like this, and just kind of people are looking forward to this game and everything. I know that doesn't always equal a good game, but at least it's not like some things like Avengers where we're looking at it and like we're like, oh, this doesn't look good, and just mainly people agree with us.
Yeah, it pains me, but I might be going It Takes Two. I could just see that being a game that A Way Out has some problems and critically scores slightly less because of that, but we will still love it and it'll still have so much charm, but could just, I don't know, be samey or something, or people might not I don't know. This is a matter of just little points here and there. I think all of these games are going to do 70 plus by again, it's kind of when I was talking about it, besides the picking like God of War and Bayonetta, that we just feel like there's a decent chance that they just don't come out. No, none of these games that we feel come out and we're actually going to
gain points with the counter pick.
Yeah. It hurts me, but that is what I'm doing.
Okay. I'll say this. I just kind of looked at it. Well, actually, I'll wait till... Okay, you lock it in. All right. Draft is complete.
Nice.
So just kind of when we looked at... Let's see. Oh, cool. It has
you have the next 4 upcoming games. It has upcoming.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it has a forum thing. Cool. That'll be interesting.
Later on, starting in April, looks like it's when Dark Station 5 starts getting some games.
Yeah. But what was I about to say? I kind of looked at the open critic scores for A Way Out and Little Nightmares too, because I agree. If I had to do a counter pick with my list of games, those are the 2 of the ones I'd probably be looking at.
It's no good options.
They're Little Nightmares 1 and A Way Out both have an open critic of 79.
Okay. Yeah.
So
that's probably about the best I can do right now.
Yeah. Part of my reason for drafting those is I know they did well, as in, hey, even if they score as well as the other ones, I get points, a decent amount of points for it. And it's I feel pretty good about them potentially scoring better.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a little bit.
Yeah.
When we got to draft 12 games, especially in a year where it feels like a lot of the games probably come out this year may not be announced or much.
Yeah.
So stuff you got to do a little more of that.
It's probably a year more than ever to hold on to some money for sure, probably.
Yeah.
But that is our draft. So yeah, from now to the end of the year, me and Jeff at any time could go in and bid on games, and on every Saturday, it's whoever bid the most on whatever game gets it. So, especially when it's big games, there might be a bidding war, but I'm sure there'll be some smaller games that we sneak in here and go. So we each get 12 more games. That's correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
We just drafted half of the games we get throughout this year, and we can drop stuff, but again, we get one drop of just for any reason besides our counter picks.
And I'll be saving that drop for a Breath of the Wild potential if that gets...
No. Well, remember, if it's delayed until next year, officially,
yeah,
you could drop it. That doesn't count towards that one.
I know. Oh, right.
We get unlimited pushback until next year.
Even if, if we're in December and they haven't said anything about a release date, then Breath of the Wild's getting kicked to the curb,
The good news is for you on that, I feel like there's a pretty good chance with that. If it doesn't come out this year, they'll straight up say it at some point.
Hopefully.
And they did.
But they've never given a date on it, so there's a chance that they keep showing trailers but never say anything about a date because they. Mm-hmm. But I guess if they show trailers this year, they'll probably put 2022 or something.
The thing with Breath of the Wild and God of War, obviously, I feel confident and we'll see them this year.
Yeah.
Whether they come out this year is all a different story.
Yes. Yeah. In God of War, part of I think they are working with the intention of it coming out in 2021. And that's part of why I pick it. I'm just I could see that being a surprise. We've definitely had games like this in the past where we're it's not coming out this year. It's not coming out this year. And then it comes out that year. Yeah. Death Stranding. Death Stranding's not going to be out for 3 years. Came out a few months later. It's that shit happens sometimes. It also happens in the reverse more than that.
To be honest, I'm a little scared of what we have now just because you did get God of War and Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And my big comeback was Bayonetta 3.
Yeah. When I was sitting there at the end, I was I have Breath of the Wild. I was Jeff is not going to be risky enough to go get Breath of God of War as well. And I was if I get both of them, or if I even get one and drop the other or something, then I'm golden. So I'm I kind of can't pass up the opportunity to have both of them right now, especially when I was a kid. So. Yeah. It's risky. And
like I kind of said, I do feel because we have so many games at both sides, even if they both come out, potentially I could. Well, I say that since I counterpicked God of War, that kind of makes it. If they both come out, I'm even more fucked. God of War is the one you want to not come out of it, because because I can't get rid of it, but Legend of Zelda I can't get rid of, so. Yeah, so it's kind of that even goes on more to it. They both come out, then I'm kind of screwed. But let's say Bayonetta 3 also comes out, all three of those games come out. I feel pretty I feel decent about where I'm at because Bayonetta 3 will probably review very well, and then I got Hollow Knight and Horizon will do really well.
Definitely, you getting Hollow Knight hurts that. Yeah, if I could have gotten all three of them,
I feel good that like if all our games come out and everything, I can trade blows with our current lineup.
I think it looks pretty close.
Yeah,
I mean, Breath of the Wild and God of War are the two that might make it go either a big win or a big loss from me, but the rest of our games, I think, are.
Yeah. It will be interesting to see when our reaction to things like when big games are official. Let's say Odyssey 2 is announced for this year. We're both immediately like bidding.
How much you gonna bid? I wonder
how much money you got left.
How much you gonna? I wonder what you gonna do over there.
Very curious to see like what we do like in the coming days, weeks, whatever, as far as potentially.
So if we draft a game and then it gets announced to not come this year, we can still drop that, right?
No, I believe
we can't.
We did for the pickups. You're locked in.
You're locked in. So
you can only draft as far as those games, draft the ones that we drafted here, which only really include a couple games.
Yeah. So if it's like a really small game, it probably like you should just wait to see make sure it's coming out or something. But,
yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. That was a lot of fun. We will definitely update again at some point throughout the year, see where the points are, how it's going.
What I might do is not, might have as an opening segment during weeks when a game in our, draft comes out. I'll say, hey, so-and-so came out. Here's the open critic score right now, giving so-and-so this many points. We don't linger on it or really talk about it too much, go in depth with it. Like overall stuff, just kind of quick update. This is how it kind of affects the draft and stuff. Yep. Especially when one of the first games coming out, according to this list, is a counter pick. Will be interesting because it takes two. March is pretty big because we got 2 games on the 26th, and Keena's apparently coming out at some point during that.
Very interesting. All right, thank you guys so much. Peace.